Hi there, everyone. Welcome again to Indian Story Read Along. Today's story is from my book, More Tales from the Panchatantra. And Panchatantra, in case you don't know, it's this collection of moral stories from more or less ancient times. So maybe from they have to predate everything that in modern times. So they have to be from before the 16 or from before the 1500s, likely much, much, much older than that. So they are from the time of kings and queens. There were no governments, there wasn't a lot of technology, and the rules on what was legal and not legal, as you will see in the story, were kind of loose. Okay, so you cannot do this in real life, I'm telling you, but this is the way the story goes about, shall we say, street justice. So the story is called The Merchant's Son and the Iron Balance. You will see what I mean. In a certain town, there lived a merchant called Jirnadana. And so he's walking around aimlessly and he's lost in thought. He's thinking, I have lost all my money in business here. Let me try my luck in some other town. Before leaving, he visited another merchant, a friend. Friend, will you keep this iron balance for me till I return? And the friend says, yes, I will. So back then, that's what a scale was. So scales, there were no numbers, there was nothing on it. You just kind of had that balance and you would weigh things against other things to see what their worth was, what their weight was. Jirnadana set out on his journey and he's thinking, I hope I come back rich. Okay, he put his valuables safely away with his friend, goes away. After a few months, Jirnadana returned and went to meet his friend. Friend, I have come for my balance. And then the friend says, I'm sorry, the rats ate it up. Jirnadana knew that his friend was lying, but what could he do? Then suddenly he had an idea. Well, friend, I can't blame you. Anyway, I'll go for a bath. Can you send your little son with me to help me carry my belongings? And then other merchant says, sure, why not? And this has now taken a turn for the worse. So the little boy accompanied Jirnadana and carried his belongings for him. On the way, they came upon a cave. And he says, let's enter it and see what it's like inside. Once inside, Jirnadana left the boy and quickly ran out. Then he blocked the entrance with a huge boulder. Well, now the boy can't come out. Okay, guys, there's a huge difference in what the friend did, the bad merchant, and what this guy is doing. This is worse. Can you guys tell me, do you have any idea why it's worse? Because I'm going to tell you in a second why it's way worse. You are dealing with a human, a child here. This child could get killed. The iron balance, if he lost it, he could always get another one. Yes, it is awful that the friend cheated him out of it. No, it is not okay to kidnap in return for losing your stuff and hurting an actual human child. But this is what Panchatantra was, right? It was in ancient times. There were practical solutions and practical ideas for what life was really like back then. Not so applicable today. So then Jirnadana, he returned to his friend. And the friend says, why are you alone? Where is my little son? And he says, well, I'm sorry, friend. A flamingo picked him up and flew off. What? You liar! How could that be? Bring back my son or I'll take you to the judge. And then Jirnadana said, let's go. I'm not afraid. So I don't know, maybe he was doing this just to get before a judge in the first place because he knew the other guy wouldn't go otherwise, but he could have left him with another responsible adult. Yeah, so then anyway, they went to the judge. Judge, this rogue has kidnapped my only son. I want justice. And then, judge says, Jirnadana, I command you to return his son to him. So then dude says exactly what he just said. I'm sorry, judge, but I can't. A flamingo flew off with him. Judge says, you are lying, Jirnadana. Be careful. And then slams out down the receipts. He says, am I? Well, if rats can eat an iron balance, then why can't a flamingo fly off with a child? What are you trying to say? Says the judge. Please explain yourself. When Jirnadana explained everything, Judge is laughing away. Meanwhile, that child is still in the cave, scarred for life at this point, which is awful. Everyone had a laugh for it. I don't know. This was a little bit weird. And then the judge finally says, hey, you there, return the iron balance to him, and then Jirnadana will return your son to you. The moral is tit for tat. Okay, this is what I meant by street justice. Never ever do this. These are like ancient morals and desperate times and desperate measures, I suppose. It ended up okay in the end. It does not say that the child was like bitten by a snake or something in the cave. This is the end of this story. I'm assuming the child is okay. But not okay to do this. Okay, we're just gonna take it at face value that it's a funny story, and don't cheat other people, or you might have your child kidnapped and thrown in a cave. We're just gonna take it at face value, okay? But yeah, don't do this. We will come back with more Panchatantra stories that are not as brutal as this one. Another time on Indian Story Read Along. All right, so I hope you guys join us then. See you soon.